Welcome to Kenji's Kitchen. Today, I am going to talk about one of my favorite Japanese ingredients, miso. And there are hundreds of different kinds of misos in Japan, but basically miso is fermented soybeans. Using this koji bacteria, it becomes great misos. And nowadays, the miso is used not just Japanese dishes, but the many different Western dishes as well. So let's learn about the misos and find out what is your favorite going to be. So let's talk about the three major misos. The first one is Shiro Miso, which means white miso. As you can see, the color is the lightest. And next is Kamiso, which is a red miso. The color is a little bit reddish. And the third miso is Shinshu miso or yellow miso. And this is the most commonly used miso in Japan. The first miso, this is a Shiro Miso. As you can see the lightest color, white miso. And why this light color is because we use more rice as an ingredient. Therefore, it gets like a much lighter color and also naturally sweeter tasted as well too. So for example, I use Shiro Miso for my marinating a fish, like saikyozuke. If you are interested in, I have a saikyozuke recipe in my other videos, please watch. But also I use this Shiro Miso for my dressing making. It makes really nice umami for the great miso dressings. And one of the most innovative, I think, the usage of this Shiro Miso is making the caramel. Because naturally it's sweet as well as it has a saltiness, it's a great way to utilize this Shiro Miso for caramel making. And of course, we can use miso for miso soup. It makes a really mild and a great miso soup using this white miso. Next, this is Kamiso Red Miso. And as you can see, the color is a little bit reddish color. And the flavor is much more earthier to compare Shiro Miso. And it's very useful for the many different dishes. For example, because this one has a little bit more earthy flavor, I like to marinate with meat, beef, pork, chicken, anything goes quite well with marinating with this red miso. And because the color is a little bit darker, that is because it has longer fermentation process to compare other misos. Next is yellow miso, Shinshu miso. And this is the most versatile miso. And the flavor-wise, it's not as earthy as red miso, nor the sweet as white miso. So it's kind of in the betweens. So naturally, it is used most commonly in Japan. And I like to use this yellow miso for example, the nasu, which is an eggplant miso, and make the great dengaku, which is grilled with the miso sauce, and it makes great dish. Of course, you can use this yellow miso for your miso soup. That's like the most commonly used. It is really easy and also versatile misos. And next, this is hacho miso, which is less common than the other first three misos. But as you can see, the color is really dark, almost black. But this is a part of the akamiso. And using only soybeans, not rice, anything else. That's why the color is much darker, but also fermentation takes much longer than others. And the flavor is so much more pungent, earthy taste. It's really great though. And this hacho miso is famous in Aichi Prefecture, where the Nagoya is. And they use this hacho miso for many different things in the area. But the famous one is miso katsu, which is tonkatsu, but the sauce is not like a regular sauce, but rather this hacho miso base, which is really wonderful. And miso nikomi udon, which is also famous in Aichi prefectures, but they use this special hacho miso. It's really pungent, so like some people may feel like, ooh, this is like too strong, but if you like this, this is a really great miso you can use for many different way. And now, this is my best for last. This is a Mugi Miso, and I grown up with this miso. When I was growing up, I thought this is a miso, nothing else. So as you can see, this is the barley base. So the texture, you can see the some of the blend of the mugi or the barleys, and it has a little bit of sweetness, not as sweet as a shiro miso, but naturally a little bit more sweeter, and also it gives great umamis. And whenever I make the my miso soup, I use this mugi miso the best. And this is a typical used in Kyushu area where I grown up, and whenever I use this miso for my miso soup, it reminds my home and great childhood memories. It's a wonderful miso. I hope you learned a different type of miso from these lessons, and you can find different misos at the market. So try buying like a different type so that you can find maybe your favorite. But it's a wonderful way to use misos in many different cookings. Hope you enjoyed today's lessons and happy cooking!